So now it's 200 thou less. We were at 450 before. Now we're only 350. I took way more than 100 off. I didn't measure it very close, obviously. Okay, let's try this again. See what we got. It's still way too long. What a shocker. Just didn't lie. So we need 200. We're at 170 right now, it looks like. You can read that. So I'm gonna take another 100 off. Always leave extra. When it gets close, you can get in there tighter. Okay, which end's it coming off of? What's our worst side? This side's got more rust pitting in it. So we'll cut this side off. Tile. About 110, 115 I just took off. A little shorter now. It's getting warm though. She's definitely warming up in my hand. Alright, so now try it again. Yeah, left a sharp edge. Oh, it almost went in. It didn't quite go in though. Okay, it's getting closer. Okay. So it's time to have a caliper. I think it's got about another 35 thou to go, maybe 40. Let's see how close I am. So here's a caliper, dial caliper, old style way of doing things. Works just fine. I got to work upside down, so I can't really see what this is, but I just kind of guess a little bit. So it looks like we're about 40 on the dial. So how much more am I? Ooh, I'm a lot closer than I thought it was. That's only 10 thou different. These aren't very accurate. Yeah, it's hard to believe I'm only within 10. If I'm within 10, I should be able to push it in there. And I can. See, that's why you don't cut it. Alright, so there it fits right in there now. We got a little tension on it, so when it goes in there, it compresses the rubbers a little bit. Now these are used rubbers, so they're already collapsed a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the surface so it's nice and smooth like this side, which will take off about another 5. I'm all right with that. It'll just slip right in there probably after I do that anyway, so it won't be a tight fit. We're going to put paint on there too, so we'll get a little extra. Another 5. Okay, now it's got nice smooth surfaces on both sides. It's probably about 10 to 12 thou less than it was. So it should just slip right in there now without being too much of a tight squeeze. Still kind of holds itself, but barely. It's a loose fit now. Alright, so now I got to figure out how much distance underneath we need. So the easiest way to tell where this is going to actually sit is to get a bolt put through the hole. Then you'll know. Probably gonna be something pretty long, I bet. Bolt's a little short, but a 1/4 inch longer would be better. This looks like it has a big steel washer built into it already, so don't have to put another one on there now. Okay, so now that's going to be where it's going to sit. So now we can use that as a reference to where we're going, how much material we're going to put underneath here. So now we got to figure out how much material it's going to take to go in between here. Now I could probably just gap weld that thing and it would be just fine. I could probably do that without too much effort, I bet. Or I can make a little pedestal to go in there and do it that way, but yeah, I bet you I can gap fill that pretty easily. I'd be a bit surprised, but I don't want to do much welding on the motor. Okay, so I need some material to use around here. What do we use for material? Everything I got's too damn big. That's the problem. Let's see, it's probably about the size of a bolt. Yep. That means you could probably use a little short bolt or stud in there. Let's see, here's 5/16. Yeah, 5/16 actually works pretty good under there. So I can put a 5/16 bolt up under there. Be perfect. So we need a piece of crap 5/16 bolt. It's hard to get the crap over there. It's buried. What kind of crap do we take off this bike already? Here's the original bolts that came out of it. They're crap. Allen bolts in there. I'm not a big fan of button heads, so I have no problem with cutting button heads up and using them. Okay. Put something like that in there as is. I gotta grind the bottom off so it sits flat. Put that thing in there flat, it actually blends in. Yeah, probably won't be too bad. Alright, I'm going to go shorten it up a little bit. Time for a little grinder action over here. So we got our coarse and our fine over here to deal with. Still got a little water left. So I'm going to go like that. Yeah, it's got a flat spot on it, but not enough. Pre-warmed. good to me. I don't like water on my steel there though. Alright, let's go see what it looks like. It now has a nice flat spot on it, see? So you just use what you got laying around. Sometimes it works good, sometimes it doesn't. Most of the time it just doesn't really matter. Just make it work. Okay. That does not look half bad. So, it's up in there. Centered up not too bad. Put a little clamp right there to hold it on center. Tack it on the front and weld the snot out of it after that. And it should be good. Yeah. Looks like a plan. Now there's a clamp to hold it. Got to put something on top of the motor so we don't damage the surface finish too much. Used to have some welding blankets. Wonder what I did with them. Probably not here. Yeah, I'm not seeing them. Not a problem. We'll just use my old welding leathers. These are mine or Dad's, I forget. Either way. Oh, those are on there. That's been on there for a while. I think it's rusted in. Yeah, I just tore it out of the leather. Yeah, that was rusted in. Tore it right out of the leather. Oh well. It'll work. Put these over here like this. Protect things a little bit. You're good to go. Okay, I gotta get this clamped up in here so it stays put. Just a little clamp's all I need for this. Let's see, let's go over our clamp wall. I have a clamp wall now. Need something small with some surface area. I found some more clamps. More missing stuff. Those aren't the size I need right now. Let's see, I thought there were some small ones over here somewhere. Guess these are small. I'd have some smaller ones floating around somewhere. Like that pair there better. But I thought I actually had some C-clamps that were smaller than this. Probably do someplace. Just not sure where they're at. Still missing. These will work though. There's probably another box like that somewhere, or they're buried in some of them boxes down there, or over there, or up there, or somewhere else. Who knows? We'll see how this will work here. So the flat spot's going to hold it. We'll make it work. We just got to hold the bolt in there long enough so that we can weld it. Preferably not welding your clamp would be best. All right. Doesn't work over there. Could be there. Alright, so we're going to be able to weld it here in the front and on the top. Get that stuck in there, then I'll take the clamp off. I can weld along the length on both sides. Then I can take the gas tank off and weld all the way around. And penetrate good. Meantime, the leathers will protect the motor, most of the motor. The important parts of the motor anyway. The unimportant stuff we don't care about. Probably a lot of unimportant parts. Alright. Okay, we need to get to our welder. Get this out of my way. There we go. Okay, the welder's over there, so we need to move the bike. So the bike needs to get out of the way. So the bike should be short enough to turn inside of this window here, I think. We'll see. Hitting a few things. Oh well. Bike is down. Get the seat out of here so we don't damage it. One seat. Get that out of the way. Okay, time for some welding. One thing about a big twin, they sit really nice flat on the table. The light's on. Okay, so over here we got access to get the welder. So we can get up in there and weld that nicely now. And I can just hook the welder up and unbury it, do a little zapping, we'll be back.